Claypool, and it's July 14th, 2005, and I'm doing an oral history interview with Joe Smitley. Can you tell us the name of your business that you're talking about this evening and where it was located and some things about it?
That's correct. It was the Kroger grocery chain, actually. It was located on Archer Avenue, and I worked there actually from 1954 to 1961. Their home office was in Cincinnati, Ohio, and this particular business was open 6 days a week, not on Sunday, and actually from 9 until 6 in the evening and 9 until 9 in the evening on Saturday. And it was actually a full-line grocery chain store.
Were most businesses not open on Sundays?
Primarily, the answer is no, they were not.
Who were some of the other people that worked at the business with you?
At that particular time when I started, the manager was Walter Church, and when he retired, the next manager was Dwayne Huey. The head cashier was Dorothea Staggs. The meat manager was a gentleman named Blessy Parks from Terre Haute, Indiana. And the produce manager was Alice Church at that point. Those were the department heads, and I was actually the assistant manager.
Was Kroger's the only grocery store at the time?
No, they were not. There was some small other stores like Blizzard's Grocery, Foreman's Grocery, and a few things like that. But they were the primary grocery company actually in the city of Marshall.
So those were the competition, the main
That's correct,
competition.
yes. That's correct.
Did most Marshall people purchase their groceries in town?
Actually, at that point in time, yes, because the Terre Haute market was not as huge as it is currently. And they basically, of course, Saturday was the big day, but primarily I would say approximately 60% of the people in Marshall did do some trading at the Kroger store.
What do you think people liked the best about the Kroger, and what was do they have a specialty?
Not necessarily so. I think they really specialized as far as they're concerned on the meat line, the meat products. And they were actually cut here, and if a customer wanted something different, they actually would do it for them. The produce was fresh each day. Each day there was a truck that came each and every day that during the middle of the night that provided fresh milk, bread, and produce at that point in time. So it was something fresh each and every day.
How do you think the grocery business and the food business has changed since that time?
I think basically the food industry now, the grocery chain, is primarily 24 hours, 7 days a week, where at that particular time it was not. It was probably a Monday through Saturday type environment. And the hours were like, as I say, 9 to 6 and 9 to 9, which now it's 24/7. Also, you have the companies actually distributing other products other than groceries. I mean, you see hardware and things of that nature. We had a minimal amount, but not very much.
Do you know when the business, when they went out of business, or
Yes,
what
I do.
came of it? What came of it?
Actually, the Kroger company actually closed its store in November of 1961. And at that particular point in time, it then became Red and White, owned by the beer house chain out of Vincennes, Indiana. And it actually evolved from this particular location to a location on Locust Street. And then it was, again, managed by Dwayne Huey. He actually was the proprietor and the leasee of that. It was a leasee type arrangement.
Why did the business sell?
The business actually closed because the volume was not high enough, number one. Number two, the Terre Haute area began to pick up and had more and more Kroger stores plus other stores in that location, and they could go again 24/7. We weren't set up for that. Didn't have the parking, didn't have the space, had the capability, but just the physical nature of the complex just wasn't appropriate for that kind of environment.
Do you have any special memories or anything anything that you'd like to tell us that just stands out in your mind?
Well, basically, I think that it was a business to start with, and as it evolved, it became kind of like a family type environment. And we actually got to selling product to a lot of the local people, like the restaurants, the bars, and things of that nature. And you actually became kind of a huge family, actually. And I think that was kind of really, really important. And you became personal friends with those type of people.
Can you tell us some particular people that frequented the grocery store that stand out, or anyone that people would particularly know about in Marshall?
Yes, we basically had a few customers that were there. I guess the one that's most outstanding in my mind was a lady named Mary Macy. And she would come at approximately 5:30. And of course, the store closed at 6, but we always made room for Mary. And there was a lady named Lucille Bradley who lived behind in the alley here, and actually she came each and every day, but she was unable to carry the product. So we made sure that she got the product because she lived right behind the grocery store, actually. And she was an older lady and really couldn't do so. So we had a lot of people like that. And again, the neighborhood stores actually were very close to us also. They patronized the store.
Did you deliver other than just to
No,
someone?
no. Just possibly somebody like Mrs. Bradley who we knew couldn't get over here and back. And I know it was against the rules, but we did anyhow.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
Well, actually, it was a very nice environment, and I worked at many other grocery stores also, and I actually worked in a number of stores, but I think probably this had more character than a lot of the ones that I worked in. I worked in, say, a lot of the surrounding area locations, but I think the Marshall location had just a lot more personality to it, so to speak.
What do you attribute that to?
Probably working with people each and every day, and again, knowing their capabilities and their families and things like that. And that's kind of how it worked out.
Great. Well, we thank you for your interview and your time, and we'll enjoy having the things that you've told us be a part of Marshall's history.
Thank you for inviting me. I actually very much.